All right. All right. This is how it starts, ladies and gentlemen. This is how it starts. Could be cut off, by the way. My head could be cut off. But this is the greatest podcast for elite losers. So if you are watching this or listening to this, which you should probably listen to it over watch it, even though I don't have a microphone, so I probably am fucking up that right now. And I just probably screwed it up more by cursing within the first 30 seconds, which does, it won't hit the algorithm. But this is the greatest podcast for elite losers. So every screw up that happens is supposed to happen because I am the king of elite losers. And you're here because you're somewhat of a loser too, which I respect. There are people out there who, like, I once heard a content creator talk shitty about their fans. I'm like, you're disgusting. But with that being said, as my dog licks my arm, and he's still recovering from the second torn ACL, and we're just rehabbing him naturally, and still has the energy of a 2-year-old puppy, even though he's 13. Huge announcement, ladies and gentlemen. We have recorded 21 weeks in a row, 21 plus weeks in a row, which according to Tim Ferriss and Chris Williamson from Modern Wisdom, over 90% of the podcasts fail because they don't record 21 weeks in a row. Like 90% don't make it to the 21 weeks in a row. So the majority that make it past are also not successful, but they're still doing it. So the greatest podcast for elite losers, with that being said, also did the highest numbers last week. I don't know what that has to do with, but we broke all-time high 237. And by the way, I would never do big announcement and say next week. I can't stand human beings, the hubris of you, to think you're that important to make an announcement about an announcement. I don't care who you are, done. Like, it's one thing if you're like, hey, we're announcing the tour next week with the dates because you're finalizing the dates. But there's some people who know this information of like, oh, I just got this movie role, big announcement, or I got something, we're having a kid, big announcement about its gender. Don't care. Don't care what gender your kid is. You don't even really know what gender your kid is. You think you know what gender your kid is, but they could go to a liberal arts school and that changes. So I would never make that announcement. We just gotta, hey, the teachers we trust. And that is the problem. Like, that's why I also don't want to have a kid. Because these people that walk the earth are insane. I barely can trust my dog sitter. And so I will not trust another living life form. Like, if this guy, I don't know if you can see Thor right now, he is eaten out of 2 cages. 2 cages on the plane. 2 cages. They were the leather ones, but he still chewed out of them. He spent 4 hours going from Vegas to New York, chewing out of a cage. And he made it out. And then the flight attendant came up to me and is like, your dog can't be out of the cage. And that is the voice of what you think it is. So I'm like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? The cage is done. You want me to put him back in and he'll crawl out again? You fucking idiot. Sissy. But anyways, with that being said, it's been great. It's been, we're rehabbing him. We're doing what we can do. We also got on Cameo. So look, hey, if you want to support the dog, support the cause, we'll make you a Cameo. I'll put the link in the show notes, or I probably won't, but you'll find it on my Instagram. I'm not gonna like shill out my Cameo on this. I probably will though. So that scroll down now and see if I've sold out. And I do sell out because every dollar I've made, like 30%. First of all, 30% goes to the government and 40% goes to these fucking dogs, these sick dogs all the time, even though they're in good spirits and I love them. I love them more than I love my family. But still, a lot of percent goes to that. So if we're going to support these dogs in any way, I said, let's just do the Cameos. And it's been up for a week and we've gotten 0 requests. So if you do like this and you want a cameo, if you're an elite loser, it doesn't even have to be your birthday. It's $20. Don't be a cheap fuck. But the other one I didn't like when I was thinking about the big announcement. Oh, dude, that like literally, if I hear someone I might do that in the future, and someone might clip this and say, but there's a difference when I say I wouldn't, but I'm also a loser. So I acknowledge that if I did, I'm like, yeah, buddy, I'm a loser. But the people that say big announcements, they don't think they're losers. You're a loser. I know I'm a loser. I've conceded epic loser fail. But also too, I was like waiting to eat as I was feeding my dogs, but I got them fresh chicken because they will only eat fresh chicken, rotisserie chicken from a Peruvian restaurant. But I couldn't help myself, so I'm dragging a little, buddy. When I get them carbs in me, oh, I don't want to talk. But we're doing this because, hey, we have the greatest podcast. Might be charting right now. Might be charting. We're charting top 10 loser podcasts in the world. But, so anyways, the other thing that I hated when I was thinking about the big announcement thing is when people will come up to you and they'll go, yeah, I love this. Like, you think you could soul read me, dude? You really think you can soul read me knowing that all love? So I have to now listen to them with so much attention like they're an ESL student basically learning English. And they're like, "Bleh," and I have to be like, just like force the words out of your stupid mouth. So annoying. You think you can soul read me, you idiot. I purposely I don't, and it's like when people want to tell me a joke. The same thing. It's the same reaction. I'm like, I don't want to hear this right now. I'm forced to hear this shit, this stuff. How did it even get here? I will block someone's number based off that. Sorry, my dog's licking my arm right now because he knows. He knows how to annoy the shit out of me. And I won't hit him, which is great. Great for him, right? Look at this. He's licking my arm. Anyways, but yeah, so with that being said, it's been a great week. Shows have been going. Instagram's cooking, JJ Lieberman Live. So if you like this, also go subscribe, share, like, and all those videos. We're getting in the algo, baby, until someone takes it down. And then other than that, it's been good. Oh, okay. So that is the thing. This was not the intended start. The intended start was coming right from the gym. I was in the sauna because I'm a privileged cis white man who goes to the sauna. And as I get out, a guy turns towards me as he's pulling off his underwear. I guess he didn't want me to see his dick, so he preferred that I look right up his asshole. And it was a disgusting asshole. And you know me, I'm all about the pussy, but not if it's ugly. So I had to look right in that hole. Disgusting. Ruined my appetite for about 12 minutes. But I'm like, gross. I'd rather look at your ugly cock than look at your ugly ass. So, but that happened. But what was really annoying me was that people were on their phone in the sauna. And as a man who's on my phone probably 6 hours a day for this shit, I get cabin fever. So I don't get why. Maybe people who are not on their phone for work go on their phone. Maybe I'm actually judging and I'm wrong. Maybe they don't get to be on their phone all day where I can just check it literally 80 times a day. I'll check it. I'll go to message someone and then I don't even message them because I'm just looking at some nonsense. Something, I'm like a dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm doing something and then I hear a noise and then I'm gone. That's what happens with my phone. But so maybe that's why they bring their phone in the sauna. Or they've been brainwashed to think for me, I go in the sauna and I'm like, 10 minutes of no phone. It's really, I'm at the point, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, shaving my head, losing the rest of my hair, but shaving my head and moving to Tibet for a 7-day retreat with monks doing Qigong and Tai Chi would be great. I would want to get back, but just for 7 days, what a relief it would be. I also want to know how many people are messaging me when I'm gone. How many people care if they haven't heard from you in 7 days? I once dropped my phone down a drain. I dropped it down a drain. And I went 2 days without my phone. I was like, yo, my phone's about to blow up. 6 messages. Not even my mother said, are you okay? Not even my own flesh and blood. That's why she gets put in my stand-up. You didn't message me for 2 days without a phone. You weren't worried? with that being said, I'll probably go a month without messaging her. But anyways, so I was like, dude, then the ass threw me off because I was like, these people in the sauna with their phone. It's like, isn't it terrible for the phone? I don't think your phone wants to be in 140-degree heat. And if what Alan Watts and Neil deGrasse Tyson said, everything's an atom and everything's intertwined, you're like punishing your phone. It has feelings, but whatever. But yeah, that wasn't even the top. Like, that's how you know crypto. You know, they always say in crypto, when your grandmother starts asking you, what's this Bitcoin thing? You know, it's the top of a cycle. And here's the top of humanity. This is the top of the cycle. When I'm going to the gym, I step on the train. There are these two ladies eating with their fingers. I swear to God, I think they were eating chicken. It actually smelled good. But for like a split second, I thought maybe this is some kind of unique culinary experience. Maybe this is a chef, a hipster Brooklyn chef, who's like, come eat on the train for $250 an hour. Then I looked around, no chef, just these two animals who escaped the barn eating on the train with their fingers. I'm like, this is the top. It's it. Like, that's why AI couldn't come quicker, because savages, like, I get it, you eat a sandwich, it's in the wrapping, but with your fingers on the train, disgusting. I always say, I forget the word, vermint, human beings that live amongst us. And people argue, who's it gonna be, Trump or Biden? You're like, you think either solving that problem of those two cows on the train eating with their fingers, you think your next president makes a difference? We're so far gone from presidents mattering. I don't even know if it's a word. I wish I was smarter. Those two bitches come across this podcast and like, there's this idiot who says mattering, which I actually do think is the word, but whatever words I do screw up, those two wildebeests come across this podcast and say, that idiot, vermin, and they show it to their friends as they're all eating chicken on the train. Look at this idiot. But anyways, that was really it, man. It was a good week. It's a great week. It's a good time to be around. It's summertime. Like I've said before, areolas on the loose. But yes, it's a good time. I appreciate the love and support. And like I said, hit me up on Cameo, or anyone wants to like support the Dog Fund for putting out this incredible content, because I don't have sponsors on this. If I had sponsors, or the second I have the opportunity to have sponsors, I will sell out and say this podcast is brought to you by, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like they have these diapers for, it's a Catholic company that's pro-life, a diaper company. Buddy, they'll be a sponsor. I don't care. Anyone willing to pay will be a sponsor. David Korash's Branch of Davidians, sponsor. I went there in Waco. It was crazy. They still have the compound site, and they ask you to donate $10. I'm like, no, I'm not donating $10. But anyways, but I will fuck someone's wife. I think that's what they do. Anyways, it was a great week, and thank you guys again for attending. Let's break that, dude. 237 views on last podcast. So if we can break the 250 on this one, we're cooking. Next stop, 1,000. You know what that means? $0. But still building a fan base. So maybe we can tour and do shows in small cities with 20 people, which is like, I don't know what that is if you do the math. $500, $25 a ticket, $500. Do 3 cities in a week. There you go. $1,500. There you go. $72,000 a year. Done the math. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a great week. Once again, greatest podcast for elite losers. Dropping on a Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. That's how you know it's a great A Loser podcast.